was a mum of 3 children. I had my first one at 21. And I remember being a very nervous and anxious mum. Both my parents were very supportive, but they worked full time. So obviously I felt I was quite alone, to be honest. I was always quite nervous of the health visitor and the midwife and asking questions. Didn't want to ask a silly question. So I just really felt, as time went on and my children got older, that I wanted to give something back and try and make a difference in this area. But I could never find that niche for me. Always kept saying I want to be a midwife, but we never had the guts to go and do it and do the training, to be honest. And then my aunt called me one day and she said, I've just seen this little advert in the paper about volunteering, supporting pregnant ladies. She said, that'll be right up your street. So I was like, okay. So she brought it round, left it on the side. It sat there for a couple of weeks. And then I plucked up the courage to send an email that went to Celia. And I remember that was probably one of the first emails, believe it or not, I'd ever sent. I sat in the car park outside the training centre and I was thinking, I can't get out of the car. I cannot do it. And I was watching everybody else walk in and I was sitting there watching how confident they looked. And oh, I bet they've got really good jobs, or I bet they did really well at school. And I was watching everyone else walking in, and me, which is wrong, was sitting there judging all these people, when actually I was probably feeling like I was feeling. You know, but once I got through that door, like I say, and help yourself, have a cup of tea, have a chair, and I was just a bit like, oh, I can do this. I feel very, very nervous. I remember sitting there and not saying much. But then Lorna got up and left after she'd introduced us, and then we just flowed with conversation, and it was lovely. She was really relaxed, the mum. I could see her shoulders relaxing because she felt relaxed with me as well, which made me feel really good. And I offered her support right through till her baby was 3 months old, which was really lovely. She suffered with quite a lot of anxiety and mental health, so I really helped to ease that with her by letting her talk about what she was worried about, how she was feeling, and helping her prepare for birth as well. I think the most memorable moment for me was probably being at my first birth. That was probably the most memorable moment, because when I first started volunteering, I didn't sign up to be a birth buddy because I had 3 small children myself. My husband worked full time, my parents worked, so if I got a call in the night to go, I wouldn't be able to go because I had no one to support me with that. So obviously Parents First were very supportive around that because that's what they do. It's what works for you as a volunteer. So at first I was just a pregnancy pal, and then I developed into being a birth buddy. So my first birth for me was amazing, absolutely amazing. It's just something I will never ever forget. And I felt so privileged as well because I was there with her and her husband. And for me, that was a real privilege because it was only through the support that she asked me if I would also come along to the birth. So it wasn't planned at the beginning. So I felt that she obviously really put herself in me, and we'd obviously really connected because she wanted me at that special moment, which was really lovely. I've grown so much to what I was when I first started with Parents First. Very nervous, suffered with a bit of anxiety on and off. And I feel like a different person, I really do. If you'd have said to me 10 years ago, go and talk to a group of midwives, I would have, oh my God, had an anxiety attack, I think. Where now I wouldn't blink an eyelid about going in and talking in front of 10 midwives, you know. I just feel like I've grown so much. And I think because I know so much now and got so much experience with it, I can talk from the heart as such. I think I would say to someone that is a bit worried about coming along to join, that's what the taster course is for, you know, a taster. Come along to the taster course. It's a 4-week course, and the idea of it is to see if you like it. That's what it's for. We're all very friendly, we're all very welcoming, and we're very approachable as well. So even after the first session, if you're feeling a little worried about something, or you can always chat to us after, and we'll try and support you as much as we can. And at the end of the 4 weeks, if you don't feel it's for you, that's absolutely fine. It's not a problem, because that's the idea of it. The time might not be right for you. Sometimes people come along and they don't realise their commitment, because there is a lot of training after the taster course. And that's fine. If they don't feel that time's for you, we can get back in contact with them in a couple of years' time, and then maybe pick it up again. But I would say just come along and give it a try.